What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Russian Mike. I'm finally back after however long it's been. I feel like it's been a month. Yeah, it's a combination of not having my phone dock, being lazy, not having any opportunities to go out and drive. Depression's kind of kicked in a lot. But yeah, I'm back. It's a really nice day outside. I actually managed to get up at a little before 9 a.m., which is rare for a day when I don't have to go to work. I'm about to get a sandwich at Jimmy John's. I've been a little bit more mindful of my eating when putting into my body. I feel like I haven't weighed myself, but I feel like I've been gaining some weight with the whole quarantine and whatnot. Just feeling a bit more sluggish, harder to move around. So I'm cutting out all the the highly processed, high-fat foods, but I figure something like Jimmy John's shouldn't be too bad. It's like these days for breakfast I'll have like a muffin and yogurt, fruit, some orange juice, and then for lunch, I'll have a cold sandwich, maybe some chips, apple. Yeah, definitely trying to get some more fruit in my diet. But yeah, I figure if I don't go too hard on the high fat ingredients like mayonnaise, this stuff from Jimmy John's shouldn't be too bad. Can't eat at Subway though. Subway has declined in quality big time. I can't eat there no more. It's between Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's for me, and honestly, Jersey Mike's is too expensive for what it's worth. Anyways, I guess the elephant in the room, the big thing to talk about is the George Floyd protests, and I'm really glad it's affecting our conversation about racism. It makes white people like me more privy to the certain types of racism that we often don't even notice. Like I learned recently that stores like Walmart they'll lock certain products behind glass if they're marketed to black people. They think they're going to steal or something, which is ridiculous. And apparently there's been a whole lot of public backlash about that. So Walmart's reversed their position. They're not locking that stuff behind glass anymore. So that's a really good step in the right direction. It's a really good conversation we're having. Getting these monuments torn down. Robert E. Lee in Richmond. So interesting, a couple of NFL players from Clemson. I think it was Sammy Watkins and I forget the other one. Was it C.J. Spiller? Anyways, so two former Clemson football players. They successfully lobbied to get a statue of Johnson. No, it was there was a hall, a building on Clemson's campus called John C. Calhoun Hall. It was for the Honors College or something, and they took Calhoun's name down. So for y'all who don't know, John C. Calhoun, he was from South Carolina. He was a former vice president, and he was a big-time slave trader. So I don't think we should be honoring those people. And people say, oh, it'll erase history. Well, the very few people I know have even heard about John C. Calhoun when they were in school, unless you lived in South Carolina. So really, it's no skin off my ass. It's a Jefferson Davis statue torn down, I've heard. That's great. I mean, why the hell would you honor Jefferson Davis? He was a traitor. He led the Confederacy. He led the whole secession. And he supported slavery. So, hell no. What else going on with me? So I bit the bullet, and for those of you who have like a Disney Plus or Hulu subscription, you've heard there's like a package deal. You get Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. And I decided to bite the bullet and go for that. I already get Hulu with my phone plan, so for Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, I'm paying $7 a month. Pretty good, if you ask me. And speaking of that, so we have a few of the European soccer leagues coming back. Bundesliga, of course, has been going on for a while, about a month. La Liga, Spanish league, they just came back earlier this week. Premier League's supposed to start up next week, and then the Italian Serie A. That's the main reason I decided to go for the ESPN Plus, is because ESPN Plus broadcasts Serie A, the Italian league matches. Now, La Liga, on the other hand, their broadcast partner is called beIN Sports, BEIN Sports, which apparently is owned by Al Jazeera. But it's a terrible deal because so few people in the U.S. actually get beIN Sports. If you have DirecTV, #1 satellite provider, you don't get it. If you have Xfinity, like I do, #1 cable provider, you don't have beIN Sports. I mean, it's an even worse deal than when NHL was on Versus. Now, stateside, we have NWSL and MLS coming back pretty soon. NBA should be starting up in Orlando at the end of July, although there's some backlash from the league's black players, Kyrie Irving and Dwight Howard. They feel like the movement for black unity should be more important than sports right now, and even though I would be disappointed if the NBA were not played, but I totally understand where they're coming from. Major League Baseball, there's still labor negotiations. It's looking more and more bleak. NHL, seems like they're working toward getting their season started. So what else to report? So I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but my ex-girlfriend, whose name is Lauren, we broke up a couple years ago, and it was really hard for me, and it's still kind of affecting me to this day. I mean, I kind of dated around for a while afterwards, but I don't know. Especially recently, I'd kind of been losing my motivation to date, just because it's like whoever I end up dating is very unlikely to measure up to Lauren. But yeah, so Lauren, she was a big time drawer. She loved to draw comics, cartoons, and really interestingly, her medium was Microsoft Paint. She would draw these comics in Microsoft Paint, and I'm used to shit from Microsoft Paint looking like absolute shit. But she draw this stuff on Microsoft Paint and it looks really, really good. Like the kind of shit you'd see in a comic strip, in the Sunday comics. So I've always been the biggest fan of her drawing. And, you know, when we were together, I always encouraged her to keep drawing more comics. Just 'cause you know, I thought she was so great. She was so gifted. And I wonder if that's what contributed to us breaking up. Because, you know, I kind of posed it as, you know, I know you really like doing this, and you're something you're really good at, and I want to encourage you to do this if it makes you happy. But I think she was just too depressed and too unmotivated to draw for a while, and I don't know, maybe I didn't quite understand that, but I don't think could have been one of many, many, many different factors as to why we broke up. But yeah, I found her Twitter. I encourage y'all to go follow her. It's at Larlar Draws, LARLAR Draws, and there might be an underscore between Larlar and Draws. I'm not sure, but I guess if you do a search on Twitter for Larlar, they'll probably come up. Their series of comics is called Her Lemonade Life. It's pretty good, some pretty good stuff. So, is there anything else to really talk about? The pollen's out big time, and I think that's affecting my voice. I'm pretty allergic to pollen. If I'm not sneezing from it, my throat, you know, I might breathe it in, my throat will close up, and I get congested, and it's hard for me to talk. But I guess I'm doing all right today. As allergic as I am, I still spend a whole lot time outside dealing with the pollen. I guess that's the price I pay for it. All right, so yeah, it's good to be back doing this again. I'm gonna order my Italian sub from Jimmy John's, get on with my day. I've been watching a Simpsons marathon for the past week or so. That's gonna be monumental if I can get through all 31 seasons. I'm on season 5 right now. But yeah, we get some Jimmy John's, go home, watch the Simpsons. This car's backing out, a big ass truck. I hope he doesn't clip me. Alright, he's good. Okay. So, one more thing. Y'all may have noticed there's a lot less background noise, a lot less ambient noise in this video. It used to be my car's air conditioning was broken. And so I had to compensate by always driving with the windows open, and you hear a lot of ambient noise if the windows are open. But now I'm driving with the AC on and fully functioning, and the windows closed. Now it's a bit hotter for me right now because I turned the engine off. But yeah, be prepared for better sound quality in the future. Alright, I guess that's it. Until next time.